What a pathetic wanker. It has got to be miserable to be Jim Kimmel. It has to be absolutely miserable to be hopelessly devoted to someone, to spend every waking moment thinking about them. You go to sleep hoping you dream about them. You're constantly checking your phone, hoping for a text that never comes. It has got to be absolutely miserable to be this obsessed with someone, and the object of your devotion, they don't even know you're alive. I have never seen a grown man more obsessed with another dude than the powerful obsession that Jim Kimmel has with Donald Trump. You would think that the orange man has the tantalizing powers of the dancing queen Jackie Mahomes. Hell, the Trumper is known to dance. Maybe that little dance that he does while listening to the village idiot sing YMCA, maybe that little shuffle thing that the Trumper does, maybe that is powerful enough to hypnotize Jim Kimmel. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I don't have experience in this area. Uncle KC has never been obsessed with another dude. Me personally, I don't understand dudes being obsessed with dudes. Right now, there are lonely men in Dallas who have been crying for 2 weeks because Nico Harrison traded Luka Doncic. I miss you, Luka. Please, please come back home. Dribbling balls just isn't the same without you. Ah! Ah! While I don't agree with the Mavs trading Luka Doncic, I will never agree with trading the best player in the league unless there are highly unusual circumstances. You know, like Nico Harrison discovered that Luka Doncic only has one leg. In that case, trade him. Or he found out that Luka caught a bad case of the mange and it was devouring his shooting hand. In that case, trade him. But trading a relatively healthy 25-year-old who's entering the prime of his career while already playing at an MVP level, I just find that hard to understand the reasoning behind it. But even with that being the case, it doesn't mean I'm losing sleep over it. If the Saints traded Drew Brees after the 2008 season, the year before they won the Super Bowl, would I be pissed off about it? Absolutely. Would I go through a period of outrage? Yes. Would I be organizing protest outside of the Superdome? Would I be threatening Mickey Loomis and his family? Would I be calling for the organization to be boycotted and demanding refunds on season tickets? No, no, and no. Why? Because it's not that serious. I'm not that obsessed with the Saints, and I'm damn sure not obsessed with Drew Brees. I will never be obsessed with another man. Unfortunately, I cannot say the same about our good friend Jim Kimmel. For almost 10 years now, Jim has been suffering through a severe case of stage 4 OMB. Orange Man bad! Doctors at Woke Memorial Hospital, they originally diagnosed Jim back in 2016 with a minor stage 1 case. Now, normally, when doctors catch the disease in its early stages, it can be cured. They put you through a treatment plan. They start making you get your news from normal people instead of inhaling the boodle breeze from the whoopee cushion on The View. And even though the success rate's only 50-50, at least you have a chance. Once you reach stage 4 levels of OMB, there is no known cure. Problem for Jim Kimmel. The doctor responsible for treating his case, it was pretend Dr. Jill Biden. As you guys know, pretend Dr. Jill, she is not medically qualified to treat a bunion, much less a serious case of OMB. As a result of his diagnosis, Jim Kimmel is prone to excessive outbursts when it comes to the Trumper. Poor Jim, he can't even travel to the state of Florida because they can't risk driving past an orange grove. Monday night, Jim was attempting to give his monologue on his late night dump that no one is watching. This show is so irrelevant, it took 72 hours for this story to be picked up by the media. Fortunately, Jim did not cry this time. He didn't break down in tears. But the symptoms of OMB caused embarrassment for Jim as he subtly admitted to the world that he is indeed a Swiftie. Look at me, my name is Jimmy, I'm a Swiftie, yippee! Make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. Link to the second channel is in the description below. Earlier this morning on the second channel, we talked about Luka Doncic boosting ratings for the NBA. We also dispelled this false narrative that Mavericks fans have turned their back on the franchise. So if you haven't already, head over to the second channel and subscribe. Monday night, Jim Kimmel was busy polishing the turd while attempting to be humorous. 24 hours earlier, the NFL presented the most boring Super Bowl in recent memory in a week where the league was completely overshadowed by the NBA. The week of the Super Bowl and the Super Bowl itself, it provided plenty of material for late-night comedians. Problem is, late-night comedians no longer exist. We have a trio of huge embarrassing failures in late night who have taken a genre that used to print money for the networks, and they have bruised the caboose so badly, networks cannot find a way to monetize this turd. They spray it with Febreze, they crank the leg of the whoopee cushion and try to attract crowds with her boodle breeze, but nothing seems to work. This trio of failures in late night, they can't get people to watch, and they can't get advertisers to buy time on their show. The ad revenue combined between the two Jims and Steph Colbert, it is equivalent to the revenue that Jay Leno used to generate all by himself. The trio of failures, they blame their failure on the genre. The media claims that late night is antiquated. They claim that podcasters get all the good guests, leaving late night shows with the unknowns who just performed at the Grammys. Instead of booking high-profile guests like 50 Cent, late night shows, they are left with Ice Spice, the writer of the hit song, "You Think You the Shit, But I Want to Smell Your Farts." What the hell happened to rap music? Rappers went from talking about guns, they went from talking about the streets. We used to have rappers like Tupac writing and dedicating sentimental songs to their mothers. We went from all that to Spiced Ice writing songs about farts and how she fantasizes about their smell. Anyway, the Super Bowl provided plenty of material for late night host, but Jim Kimmel, he was not worried about the Super Bowl. Jim was more concerned with who was at the Super Bowl. The primary focus of his monologue was Donald Trump. I guess Jim was mad that Donnie didn't invite him to the Super Bowl. I'm sure he saw Donnie's picture with the dancing queen, Jackie Mahomes. Why is he taking pictures with Jackie? I have been requesting a selfie with Donnie for the last 10 years. Why is he taking pictures with Jackie but no picture with Jimmy? Whatever the reason for his jealousy, Jim unleashed his outrage towards the Trumper during his monologue while also defending the boss of the Swifties. Watch for yourself.
Trump was at the game. He got a big thrill because some of the crowd booed Taylor Swift when they put her up on the Jumbotron, which of course made Harry Conman Sr. very happy. He posted 3 times about this. After the game, he wrote, "The only one that had a tougher night than the Chiefs was Taylor Swift. She got booed out of the stadium. MAGA is very unforgiving." Well, she didn't get booed out of the stadium. Unlike you, she stayed for the whole game. And it was the Eagles fans who were booing her. But you're right. It's all about you. It's always all. Trump's just jealous of Taylor Swift because she has more followers and more money and no kids than he does.
These people are deranged. Is it any wonder why people aren't watching this garbage? Is it any wonder why the media is not taken seriously? Let me make sure I'm understanding Jim correctly. Now, I know he was joking, but there wasn't anything funny about this monologue, so it can't be considered a joke. Jokes are supposed to be funny. When they're not funny, it's called a statement. Not to mention the fact that Jim Kimmel, I think he actually believes this. He actually believes that Donnie is jealous of the Swiffer. He actually believes that the President of the United States is jealous of the mop lady because she has more followers on social media. Hey, Jim, how'd that social media following work out in November? I seem to remember Tay-Tay demanding that all lonely Swiffers vote for cackling Cam Harris, yet somehow she still lost. He also claims that Donnie is jealous of the Swiffer because she has more money. I guess Jim struggles with elementary math. Perhaps he should start keeping Mina Kimes on retainer. According to Forbes, Taylor Swift has a net worth of $1.6 billion. Donald Trump has a net worth of $2.3 billion. Now, I know we're talking about billions of dollars here. I know the math can be confusing, but I'm pretty sure $2.3 billion is significantly more than $1.6 billion. Jim also claims that the Trumper is jealous of Tay-Tay because she doesn't have any kids. Why does the woke media constantly make motherhood out to be a bad thing? I thought the media was filled with feminists. It doesn't sound very feminist to me to encourage women not to have children. How are we supposed to populate the world with more women if women aren't having children that grow into women? Well, KC, they plan to increase the female population by turning men into women. Yeah, no shit. Sometimes I wonder if they discourage having children because, number one, the woke media views the nuclear family as the enemy. They know kids with two parents are less likely to be indoctrinated. And number two, they don't want to increase the population because they're worried about climate change. Increased population means increased flatulence. And as you guys know, flatulence is extremely dangerous to the climate. Who knows? Deacons at Woke United Methodist, they might put Ice Spice in rehab to cure her addiction to farts. If you Google Jimmy Kimmel ratings, one of the first results that comes up is going to be a poll. Almost 5,000 people have rated his show between 1 and 5 stars, 5 stars being the best, 1 being the worst. Now, the Yentas on The View, they were given 2.5 stars, same with Steph Colbert. With nearly 5,000 people voting, Jim Kimmel was given 1.6 stars. Now, me personally, I thought that was 1 star too many. But give me your thoughts on this. Jim Kimmel's obsession with the Trumper continues. I know all the late night hosts talk about Donnie, but Jim Kimmel just takes it to another level. I mean, this dude is obsessed, and it seems like an unhealthy obsession. Now, there have been rumors that this could be Jim Kimmel's final contract with ABC. Could Jim be nearing retirement? Do you think anyone would even notice if Jim Kimmel retired? Let me know. Sound off in the comments below. I'll see you guys tomorrow.